The TSS Thunderchild drifted silently through the void, its hull bearing the scars of decades of service. To any observer, the vessel appeared to be little more than an aging warship from a backwater species that had barely mastered faster-than-light travel. Captain Elena Torres knew better. She stood on the bridge, her neural interface quietly processing thousands of sensor readings per second as she watched the approaching Xenthar fleet through both optical sensors and quantum detection arrays. "They're moving into standard attack formation," Lieutenant Marcus Wong reported, his fingers dancing across holographic displays that looked deliberately outdated. "Their energy signatures suggest confidence. They're not even bothering to mask their approach." Elena allowed herself a small smile. The Xenthar Dominion had spent the last century expanding their territory through a combination of military might and technological superiority. They had encountered 47 spacefaring species and had subjugated 46 of them. Humanity would not be the 47th. "All stations, maintain passive stance," Elena commanded through both voice and neural link. "Let them think we're as primitive as we appear." Throughout the ship, 200 crew members acknowledged her order through the quantum neural network that linked them together in ways the Xenthar couldn't begin to comprehend. The alien fleet drew closer, their crystalline ships gleaming with purple energy that their species had mastered centuries ago. Their lead vessel, easily 5 times the size of the Thunderchild, broadcast a message in galactic standard. "Attention, human vessel. This sector now falls under Xenthar protection. Your species will benefit from our guidance. Prepare for boarding and integration into the Dominion." Elena exchanged glances with her executive officer, Commander David Chen. The Xenthar's arrogance was exactly what Earth Command had been counting on. For 15 years, humanity had deliberately maintained the appearance of technological inferiority while preparing for this moment. "Xenthar Command Vessel, this is Captain Torres of the TSS Thunderchild," she responded, allowing a slight tremor of fear to enter her voice. "We are a peaceful exploration vessel. We mean no harm and acknowledge your superiority." She nodded to her communications officer, who began broadcasting false sensor readings showing elevated heart rates and stress indicators among the crew. The Xenthar ships moved to surround the Thunderchild, their energy weapons powered but not yet firing. Through the quantum neural network, Elena felt her crew's anticipation. Years of training, of maintaining the deception, had led to this moment. "Your cooperation is noted," the Xenthar commander responded. "Maintain your current position as we begin the integration process. Resistance would only result in unnecessary casualties." Elena watched as the alien vessels deployed their boarding shuttles. The Xenthar were following their standard protocol perfectly. They never simply destroyed potential subjects. Their philosophy demanded that they demonstrate their superiority by boarding and capturing enemy vessels intact. "Multiple boarding craft approaching," Wong reported unnecessarily. Every crew member could feel the approaching threats through their neural interfaces. "They're using standard insertion protocols." "Let them dock," Elena commanded. "All crews, maintain passive stance until my mark." Through the ship's quantum sensors, she watched as the first Xenthar boarding parties attached themselves to the Thunderchild's hull. Their cutting tools began to slice through what they thought was standard titanium alloy. The moment the first Xenthar warrior stepped aboard the Thunderchild, humanity's deception began to unravel. The alien's crystalline armor suddenly felt heavy, its neural connectors going dark as the ship's quantum fields interfered with their technology. The warrior stumbled, experiencing for the first time what humans had named quantum darkness. "Now," Elena commanded, dropping all pretense of fear from her voice. Throughout the ship, hidden systems activated. Walls that had appeared to be standard metal flowed like liquid, trapping boarding parties in corridors that hadn't existed moments before. The neural interface system that the Xenthar had dismissed as primitive biotechnology revealed its true nature as crew members began operating with machine-like precision while maintaining human creativity and adaptability. "All batteries, reveal and target," Elena ordered. Across the Thunderchild's hull, sections of apparently damaged plating transformed, revealing weapon systems that operated on principles the Zinthar had never encountered. Let's show them why humanity survived evolving on a death world. The Zinthar command ship broadcast again, this time with unmistakable alarm in their transmission. What is this? Your technology. It's impossible. No, Elena responded, allowing herself to feel satisfaction as the Thunderchild's true capabilities came online. It's human. We've spent 15 years studying your tactics, your technology, your weaknesses. You assumed we were primitive because we wanted you to. Now let us show you what humanity can really do. The battle that followed would be remembered as the moment the galaxy learned why assuming technological superiority over humans was a deadly mistake. The Thunderchild moved with impossible grace, its quantum-enhanced systems allowing it to predict and counter Zinthar tactics before they even executed them. Its weapons bypassed shields that had protected the Dominion for centuries. Its defenses shrugged off attacks that could shatter moons. As the Zinthar fleet fell into chaos, Elena broadcast one final message. Return to your empire. Tell them what you witnessed here. Tell them that humanity is not another species to be conquered. We are not your subjects. We are not your inferiors. And we are most certainly not defenseless. The age of Zinthar expansion is over. As the surviving alien ships flowed into hyperspace, Elena felt the satisfaction of her crew through their neural link. Humanity had revealed itself at last, but this was only the beginning. The galaxy was about to learn why humans had spent so long pretending to be less than they were. The real war was about to begin, and humanity was done hiding. Admiral Sarah Chen stood before the holographic display in Earth Command's quantum-shielded war room, watching as reports flooded in from across human space. The Zinthar, predictably, had not taken their defeat at the hands of the Thunderchild lying down. Their response had been swift and massive. Simultaneous attacks on 12 human colony worlds. Status update from New Eden, her aide reported through the neural network. Zinthar forces attempting orbital bombardment. Colonial defense systems responding as planned. Sarah allowed herself a moment of satisfaction as she observed the Zinthar's conventional tactical approach. For a species that prided itself on technological superiority, they were remarkably predictable. Each colony had been prepared for this exact scenario, though the Zinthar would learn this fact far too late. Above New Eden, the Zinthar command ship launched its first volley of energy weapons, expecting to easily overwhelm what appeared to be minimal planetary defenses. Instead, their beams encountered something unprecedented. A quantum diffusion field that not only absorbed their attack, but redirected the energy to power the colony's defense grid. Let them try 2 more volleys, Sarah commanded through the neural link. Then show them why we built our colonies the way we did. The Zinthar obliged, launching increasingly powerful attacks that only served to charge humanity's defensive systems further. When the third volley faded, New Eden revealed its true nature. What had appeared to be simple atmospheric processing towers transformed, extending quantum-enhanced weapon systems that had been hiding in plain sight for years. All colonies, execute Protocol Hydra, Sarah broadcast. Across 12 worlds, humanity's carefully constructed deception unraveled in a synchronized dance of technological revelation. Mining platforms became fortress cities. Atmospheric processors revealed themselves as planetary shield generators. Every structure that the Zinthar had dismissed as primitive infrastructure proved to be part of an interconnected defense system. Through her neural interface, Sarah connected with the planetary defense commanders, experiencing their unified response in real time. The Zinthar had expected to find vulnerable colonies defended by obsolete technology. Instead, they faced an integrated defense network that had been masquerading as civilian infrastructure for over a decade. High Command vessel detected attempting to coordinate retreat from New Eden, her tactical officer reported. They're realizing this was a trap. Not just a trap, Sarah replied, her voice calm but carrying an edge of steel. A lesson. Quantum communications, broadcast on all frequencies, including their encrypted channels. She paused for a moment, choosing her words carefully. The next few minutes would shape the galaxy's perception of humanity for generations to come. To all Zinfar forces, you believed you found 12 vulnerable colonies. Instead, you found 12 fortresses that we spent years preparing for this exact moment. Your attacks were anticipated. Your tactics were predicted. Your technology, which you believed made you invincible, has been studied, understood, and surpassed. Through the quantum network, Sarah felt the collective resolve of humanity's defenders. Each colony operated as a single organism, human consciousness enhanced by technology that the Zinfar had never imagined possible. Their neural integration wasn't just a communication system, it was an evolution of human consciousness itself. The Zinfar response came quickly, their usual arrogance replaced by something approaching fear. These deceptions violate all principles of honorable warfare. You hide weapons within civilian structures. No, Sarah responded, allowing her voice to carry the weight of humanity's collective determination. We built our colonies to serve dual purposes because we understood something you never could. True advancement lies not in the power of technology, but in the efficiency of its integration into every aspect of life. As if to emphasize her point, the quantum defense networks across all 12 colonies activated simultaneously. The Zinfar ships found themselves caught in overlapping fields of distorted spacetime, their supposedly superior drives unable to cope with the complexity of human quantum engineering. This is your final warning, Sarah broadcast. Retreat now, return to your empire, and deliver this message. Humanity will no longer hide. We spent 15 years studying your empire while appearing primitive and weak. We know every weakness in your technology, every flaw in your tactics, every limitation of your understanding. The next time you face us, you will find no vulnerable colonies, no primitive defenses, and no mercy. The Zinfar fleet, or what remained of it, began emergency jumps away from human space. Sarah watched through the quantum network as colonial defenders celebrated their victory. But she felt no elation. This was merely the beginning. Send word to all human worlds, she commanded. Operation Revelation is now in full effect. It's time to show the galaxy what humanity has become while they weren't watching. As the last Zinfar ships disappeared into hyperspace, Sarah turned her attention to the next phase of humanity's emergence. They had revealed their defensive capabilities, but that was only the beginning. The real question was how the galaxy would react when they learned just how far human technology had advanced, while hiding behind a mask of primitive simplicity. The war room hummed with activity as reports continued to flow in through the quantum network. Humanity had won its first major victory, but Sarah knew the real challenges lay ahead. The galaxy was about to change, and humanity would be the catalyst for that transformation. The Zinfar High Council chamber fell silent as the holographic recordings of their defeats played out before them. Supreme Overseer Vextol's crystalline form pulsed with barely contained rage as he watched human colonies transform from seemingly primitive outposts into impenetrable fortresses. But it was the next revelation that sent ripples of fear through the assembled council. Analysis confirms, the chief intelligence officer reported, his crystalline segments dulled with stress. The humans have achieved true quantum consciousness integration. Their neural networks don't just allow communication, they permit multiple humans to function as a single entity while maintaining individual creativity and decision-making capabilities. Across human space, that very technology was proving the Zinfar's fears justified. The TSS Thunderchild, now joined by its sister ships emerging from hidden shipyards throughout human territory, led the first major counteroffensive against the Dominion. Captain Alina Torres, her consciousness linked with both her crew and her ship, felt a sense of liberation at no longer having to hide their true capabilities. Battle Group Epsilon, execute quantum fold, she commanded through the neural network. 6 human warships, their hulls rippling with energy that defied conventional physics, tore holes in reality itself. The Zinfar Border Defense Fleet found themselves facing an enemy that seemed to ignore the fundamental laws of spacetime. Multiple Zinthar vessels attempting to engage their superior drive systems. Lieutenant Wong reported, his consciousness merged with the ship's sensor arrays. Their technology can't cope with our quantum wake distortions. Elena smiled as she watched the Zinthar ship struggle. Their so-called superior drive systems, based on technology they'd discovered but never truly understood, proved useless against humanity's engineered quantum disruptions. Through the neural network, she felt her crew's collective satisfaction. Years of hiding, of maintaining the facade of technological inferiority, had given humanity time to not just match Zinthar technology, but to fundamentally reinvent it. All ships, initiate Protocol Prometheus, she broadcast. Throughout the battle group, human vessels began their true transformation. Hulls that had appeared solid became fluid, rearranging themselves in real time to adapt to Zinthar attacks. Weapon systems that had been merely devastating became reality warping as human quantum engineering rewrote the local laws of physics. Back in the Zinthar High Council chamber, reports of the battle arrived through their fastest quantum channels. Supreme Overseer Vextal watched in horror as humanity revealed capabilities that his species had believed impossible. How? He demanded of his scientists. How did they advance so far without detection? The answer came not from his advisors, but from a transmission that cut through all Zinthar communication channels. Admiral Sarah Chen's hologram appeared before the council, her expression calm but resolute. "You're asking the wrong question, Supreme Overseer," she stated. "The question isn't how we advanced. It's why we waited to reveal ourselves. While your empire expanded through brute force and stolen technology, humanity took a different approach. We studied, we learned, we understood. Every piece of technology your species uses, we dissected and improved upon. Every tactical doctrine you employ, we developed counters for. Every weakness in your empire's structure, we prepared to exploit." Through the quantum network linking all human forces, Sarah felt the coordinated actions of their fleet. The Thunderchild and its battle group had already secured their objectives, disrupting Zinthar supply lines and communication networks with surgical precision. "But most importantly," she continued, "we discovered something your empire never could. The true potential of consciousness integration. Your species uses neural links as tools. We've made them an extension of human consciousness itself. Your empire is built on the assumption that technological superiority equals dominance. We're about to show you why that assumption is fatal." Across Zinthar space, hidden quantum beacons activated. Devices that had been smuggled into their territory, disguised as primitive human technology, began broadcasting signals that disrupted their neural networks. The Dominion's communication systems, dependent on technology they had never fully understood, began to fail. "This is not just an attack," Sarah declared to the increasingly panicked council. "This is an awakening. Humanity is done hiding. We're done pretending to be less than we are. The galaxy is about to learn what happens when a species evolves on a death world, masters quantum engineering, and decides to reshape reality itself." As if to emphasize her point, the human battle group executed another impossible maneuver. Their ships seemed to exist in multiple locations simultaneously, quantum probability drives allowing them to explore multiple tactical options across parallel timelines before committing to the most effective approach. Elena felt the power of human innovation through her neural link as the Thunderchild led another devastating attack run. "All ships, demonstrate why humanity chose to master technology rather than simply use it," she commanded. The resulting display of quantum engineering and human creativity would be burned into the memory of every Zinthar witness. The battle marked a turning point in the conflict, but it was more than just a military victory. It was the moment the galaxy learned that humanity's greatest weapon wasn't their technology. It was their understanding of it. While other species sought power through conquest, humans had sought power through comprehension. The age of Zinthar dominance was ending, and a new era of human innovation was about to begin. The Galactic Conclave had not convened in full session for over 3 centuries. Now, representatives from 200 spacefaring civilizations gathered in the ancient chamber, their attention fixed on the human delegation. Admiral Sarah Chen stood calmly at the speaker's podium, her neural interface connecting her to both her staff and the quantum computers analyzing every subtle reaction in the vast chamber. The Zinthar Dominion claims humanity has violated galactic law by concealing our true technological capabilities, she began, her voice carrying through the chamber's perfect acoustics. We argue that survival requires adaptation. When faced with an expansionist empire that consumed 46 civilizations, we chose a path of strategic patience. The chamber erupted in overlapping conversations as various species processed this declaration. Through her neural interface, Sarah received real-time analysis of each faction's reactions. The Meridian Collective, longtime rivals of the Zinthar, were showing particular interest. The humans speak truth. The Meridian representative's crystalline form chimed, its resonance cutting through the chaos. We have monitored the Zinthar's expansion for millennia. Their technology, stolen from ancient ruins and subjugated species, made them seemingly invincible. Yet humanity has done what we thought impossible. They understood this technology better than its thieves. On the screens surrounding the chamber, footage played from the recent battles. Human ships phased through reality, their quantum probability drives allowing them to exist in multiple tactical positions simultaneously. Colonial defense systems transformed civilian infrastructure into weapons that ignored Zinthar shields. But it was the display of human neural integration that caused the most stir. Your species can maintain individual consciousness while operating as a unified entity. The question came from the Arcturian delegate, their biomechanical form leaning forward with intense interest. This should be technologically impossible. Captain Elena Torres, standing beside Sarah, stepped forward. Through their neural link, Sarah felt her colleague's determination to make the assembled species understand. Humanity evolved on what many would consider a death world, Elena explained. Earth's gravity, atmospheric pressure, and biodiversity forced us to adapt constantly. When we reached the stars, we applied that same adaptability to technology. We don't just use tools, we integrate them into our very way of thinking. The chamber's quantum sensors registered increasing agitation from the Zinthar delegation. Supreme Overseer Vextal rose, his crystalline form pulsing with barely contained rage. The humans deceived the galaxy, he declared. They built weapons within civilian structures. We built efficiency, Sarah interrupted, her calm voice contrasting with Vextal's anger. Every human structure serves multiple purposes because that's how we survived on Earth. We don't waste resources on single-purpose technology. We don't simply use tools. We understand them, improve them, integrate them. Through the neural network, Sarah received a priority alert. The Thunderchild battle group had detected multiple Zinthar fleets mobilizing near human space, exactly as predicted. The Zinthar believe this gathering will grant them time to prepare a counterattack, Sarah announced, causing Vextal to freeze. They are mobilizing 3 fleet groups as I speak. What they don't realize is that humanity has already won this war, not through superior firepower, but through superior understanding. On cue, the chamber's holographic displays showed Zinthar ships across their empire suddenly losing power. Their quantum communication networks, copied from ancient technology they had never fully comprehended, began to collapse. For 15 years, we studied every piece of technology the Zinthar used, Elena explained. We didn't just copy it. We understood its fundamental principles. Every device they sold to other species, every system they showcase as proof of their superiority, carried within it the seeds of its own shutdown. The Meridian representative chimed in agreement. The humans didn't just hide their advancement. They used their apparent primitiveness to seed their countermeasures throughout the galaxy. Brilliant. We offer the galaxy a choice, Sarah declared, her voice carrying the weight of humanity's collective resolve. Continue the cycle of technological theft and dominance that the Zinthar represent, or join humanity in pursuing true understanding. We've established the Quantum Understanding Initiative, an open exchange of knowledge where species work together to comprehend technology, not simply possess it. Through her neural interface, Sarah felt the ripples of reaction across the chamber. Species that had lived in fear of Xenthar's superiority saw an alternative. Civilizations that had hoarded lesser technologies recognized the potential of true collaboration. The age of technological theft is ending, she concluded. The era of understanding is beginning. Humanity extends its hand in partnership to all species willing to learn, to comprehend, to grow. The question isn't whether your civilization has powerful technology. It's whether you truly understand the technology you have. As the chamber erupted in discussion, Sarah received confirmation through the quantum network. The first wave of civilizations was already signaling their intention to join the initiative. The galaxy was transforming, not through force of arms, but through the power of human innovation and understanding. The war wasn't over, but its nature had fundamentally changed. Humanity had revealed not just their technological prowess, but their vision for a galaxy united by comprehension rather than conquest. The ripples of this revelation would reshape civilization itself. The massive holographic display in Earth Command's strategic center showed thousands of ships converging on a single point in space. Admiral Sarah Chen watched as vessels from 30 different species, their designs as varied as their civilizations, moved in perfect coordination through quantum-linked navigation systems. At the fleet's heart, the TSS Thunderchild led humanity's most powerful battle group. Xenthar forces holding position at the Nexus, Captain Elena Torres reported through the neural network. The Nexus, an ancient space station that had served as the source of much of the Dominion's stolen technology, now represented their last stronghold. They've activated all the defense systems they've gathered over the centuries. Sarah felt the collective focus of humanity's neural network sharpen. This final battle would determine not just the fate of the war, but the future of galactic civilization itself. Through quantum sensors, she observed the Xenthar's desperate preparations. All allied forces, she broadcast across the unified command network. This is the moment that defines our galaxy's future. The Xenthar believe they can hold the Nexus through sheer firepower. They still don't understand what they're truly facing. Supreme Overseer Vextol's transmission cut across all frequencies. You think your coalition can stand against the combined power of all the technology we've gathered? The Nexus holds the greatest weapons ever created. No, Elena responded, her voice carrying the calm certainty of someone who had already won. It holds technology you never understood. That's why you're about to witness the true difference between possessing power and comprehending it. The Allied fleet moved into attack formation, but this was unlike any military formation the galaxy had seen before. Ships from different species linked their quantum field generators in ways that the Xenthar had thought impossible, creating overlapping patterns of reality distortion that their sensors couldn't track. Initialize Protocol Ascension, Sarah commanded. Throughout the Allied fleet, human quantum integration systems activated. Species that had once feared sharing any technology now found their ships working in perfect harmony, guided by human neural networks that bridged not just communication gaps, but consciousness itself. The Xenthar launched their first assault, unleashing weapons stolen from a dozen dead civilizations. Energy beams that could shatter planets lashed out at the Allied fleet. But where there should have been destruction, there was only elegance. The Allied ships moved through probability space, their human-designed quantum drives allowing them to exist in multiple tactical positions simultaneously. You still don't understand, Sarah broadcast to the Xenthar command. We spent 15 years not just studying your stolen technology, but understanding the fundamental principles behind it. Every weapon you're using, we've already improved upon. Every defense system you've activated, we've already evolved beyond. Through the neural network, she felt the moment the Allied species fully grasped the power of true technological integration. Their ships weren't just fighting alongside each other, they were fighting as one, each civilization contributing its unique insights to a greater whole. The Meridian ships provided quantum field manipulation that the Arcturians enhanced with their biomechanical precision. The crystalline vessels of the Helios Collective channeled energy in ways that complemented human probability drives. What had begun as a military alliance was transforming into something unprecedented, genuine technological synthesis. All forces, execute final approach, Elena commanded. The Thunderchild led the attack run, its systems now fully unleashed. The ship phased through the Nexus's supposedly impenetrable shields, its quantum wake creating gaps that Allied vessels exploited with perfect timing. Vextol's final transmission carried both rage and disbelief. Impossible. Our technology is superior. Our weapons are unstoppable. Your weapons, Sarah corrected, are tools you never truly understood. Allow us to demonstrate the difference between wielding power and comprehending it. The Allied fleet's synchronized attack wasn't just a display of military might. It was a demonstration of unified understanding. Weapons and defense systems complemented each other in ways that transcended individual species' limitations. The Nexus's defenses, based on stolen technology that the Zinthar had only partially understood, crumbled before an attack guided by true comprehension. As the battle reached its climax, Sarah broadcast one final message. This is humanity's gift to the galaxy, not domination, but illumination, not conquest, but comprehension. The age of technological theft is over. The era of unified understanding has begun. The Nexus's capture marked more than just the end of Zinthar dominance. It represented the dawn of a new age in galactic civilization. The Quantum Understanding Initiative, born from humanity's approach to technological advancement, would transform the station into a center of collaborative research and genuine innovation. Send word to Earth, Sarah commanded as the Allied fleet secured their victory. Tell them that Operation Enlightenment is complete. The galaxy is ready for what comes next. Through her neural interface, she felt the excitement rippling through both human and alien consciousness. Humanity had not just won a war. They had sparked an evolutionary leap in how civilizations approach technology and cooperation. The future would not be shaped by who had the most powerful weapons, but by who best understood how to use them wisely. The age of technological hoarding was over. The era of unified understanding had begun. And humanity, the species that had pretended to be primitive while mastering the fundamental principles of reality itself, would lead the way into this new dawn.